Hello there, welcome back to a new tutorial. I have a new camera. I don't know if you can see the quality difference, but I have a new camera. It's a Canon camcorder and it's a 1080p camcorder, so you should see a decent bit of quality in this. And I just got this 2 days ago, and I was doing a few practices with this, trying to get the settings and stuff just right. So this is my very first tutorial on a proper camera, a really good quality camera. Now I have to say a huge thank you to Jennifer, if you're there. Thank you so much. You've been a huge help to me, and also Kirby, you've been a fantastic help as well, and indeed to everybody else on Patreon who is helping me along the way. Really means a huge amount to me, and I really appreciate all the help you're giving me. And this is the result: new equipment, better tutorials, more in-depth tutorials. I think most of all, a decent quality tutorial, and a nice kind of relaxed environment, no pressure, just we go at our own pace. And you know, if you have any questions, you can email me, obviously, don't be shy. And these are kind of tutorials that I like to create, just nice relaxed tutorials, nothing too complicated, nice simple techniques, and really good results at the end. So that's what I love. That's what I love doing. I love teaching people that it doesn't have to be difficult. All you need is a couple of simple steps and you can create masterpieces. Alright, now I have a lovely scene today, and you can't see it now, I'm looking at it here on the tablet. It is Colorado mountains. I know a lot of you would like to see this done, and there's lovely snow on the mountains here and there. It was requested by Kirby. I said I'll do this for you, Kirby, because it's a really beautiful picture. I had a look online, I saw a couple of nice images, and this one kind of stood out, and we're going to do it on a nice panoramic canvas. Look at this, and it's going to look absolutely stunning on this. It really is. Now I've no paints out yet. I'll do that when I move the camera in. So I'll move the camera down close here now for you in a minute, so you can see everything. I'll put the colours on the palette. I have my now this is a slightly different angle because I'm kind of moving things around in the studio, and I'm trying to make room for the camera. I don't want to be too close, so I'll do this just for this tutorial, and then I'll try and get it to where it was the last time, sideways, and you can see everything that I've prepared here. But look, it's all pretty much the same. I have my normal brushes, okay, most importantly the green stubby brush, and I've had a lot of requests now about this brush. People can't find it anywhere. I will contact the manufacturer and try and get permission to sell these to yourselves, everyone. We try and work something out, because you know, it's nice to be able to find the right brushes, and the brushes that I use, it's nice to be able to use those as well, for those of you who want to. So yeah, I will try and get in contact and try and figure out a way of getting these brushes to you as well. Alright, now I have everything else. I have the tablet, I have my turpentine, I have my tissue. The most important part of any tutorial is the cup of tea. Alright, a nice piping hot cup of strong Irish tea. That's what you need, isn't it, guys, to get you through a painting. And the darker the tea, the better for me. So leave the tea bag in it, and let it get nice and strong, and a nice rich cup of tea. That's the secret, isn't it? So listen, we'll crack on with this. We're going to have a nice bit of fun with this one, yeah? Some lovely blues on the mountains now, some blues and some whites. A lovely clear blue sky, just a nice simple sky, and some kind of rough area, kind of trees and that type of thing all down the bottom here. So that's what we're going to try. And I emphasise the word try. So I'll try to achieve what's on the tablet, okay? The picture that we're painting. I'll try my best, and I'll try and keep it as simple as I can, and let's see what happens. Alright? So thank you very much again for all the support. if you want to see extra tutorials, Patreon, and you can just pledge €1 or €2 a month or something, and there's lots of extra tutorials on that, and that's just another way of supporting me. And there's a PayPal link in the description as well. You know, every little bit helps, I find. Just the small little things really do help, and they really make me feel like I'm really appreciated on YouTube, and people really like seeing what I do, and people want to support me. So that gives me lots of encouragement as well, believe it or not. So yeah, it's going well. We're going strong, isn't that right? So look, have a lovely time looking at this painting. Enjoy the tutorial, and I will speak to you at the end. So let's have a bit of fun. Don't go anywhere. So here we go. This is it. I hope you're getting a nice clear picture with this now. And there is a photograph on your screen. Isn't that just lovely? Now I want to do a quick sketch, and this lovely panoramic canvas is going to look stunning with this. So I'm going to start with the centre peak. The centre peak in here. Okay, let's just put that in like that. Very kind of rough. Another one that comes down here, and another one that goes off like this. Now I'm just putting in a rough outline of the lights and darks, just very, very rough. This kind of gets nice and dark here, doesn't it? Kind of comes down. This all disappears. I'm going to make a nice mist now at the bottom of this as well. I'm not going to copy the photograph exactly, because remember, we have artistic license, so we can do what we want. So I'm going to do it my way. A couple of little ridges along there, like so, and it comes down like that and it turns slightly. This is all dark here. Make that lovely and dark. Right across here. And continue with the crosshair, little bump there. Another point here, and this is a nice strong shadow here then, isn't it? So there we are. Yeah, a couple of nice hills there. Just put a quick bit of shading in there just to emphasize each one. Just makes it a little easier. And we've a bit of shadow in each one here. And again, I'm going to keep this very, very, very simple. It's just a nice, basic, easy to follow tutorial, that's all. Now, I'm going to take my green brush, my stubby green brush, and I'm going to dip it into some turpentine. Okay, like so. So now it is soaking wet, isn't it? So what I'm going to do now is just dry it on some tissue. And let me get some tissue here on my hand so you can see exactly what I'm doing. And I'm just going to dab quickly. Now it's damp, so let's take some. Oh yeah, my apologies, I forgot to name out my colours for you. I have titanium white, Naples yellow, I might not need much of that, cadmium yellow pale, cobalt blue this time. I might take a touch of phaylo blue later, I'll see. So cobalt blue, burnt umber, ivory black, and a little bit of natal crimson. Or alizarin crimson will do just fine also. Now, blue sky. Let's take some cobalt blue on our palette, some white, a good dollop of each, and I'm going to thin this now again slightly, because it's just a little bit on the creamy side, especially with the white. The white does make it very creamy and thick. So there, look, how's that? Now, let's try this. I think we can go a little bit darker with this, because I'm going to have lovely snow on the tips of the mountains, so I really want to emphasise that snow. Okay, and it's going to really stand out lovely. Now I'm just going to dry that just quickly because it's getting a little bit watery, just a little. I'm going to tick it up very, very slightly, and this canvas now is primed one coat, only just one coat of primer. You can just use regular gesso if you like, but I just mixed my own primer, and it's mixed with just just regular white undercoat. A little bit of PVA glue put in, and some water. There we go. And now just white on its own. So nice thick paint now, it's just nice and thick. There's no turps in this whatsoever. So that's how I kind of do my skies, nice and thick at the end. You see? And then soften that up into your blue above. There we go. And that's it. Sky done. In fact, you know what? Look, let's make it a little darker on top. Let's take more cobalt blue and let's darken just a little. Now I've no turpentine in this, it's just paint, because this is kind of fairly wet, damp. So I'm just putting this thick paint right on top of that, and I'm going to soften it in. There. It's a lovely rich blue sky, isn't it? Now if you did want to, you could put one or two clouds just kind of fluttering across here and there if you wanted. You don't have to. But I don't know. What do you think? Should we throw one or two in there, or should we just leave it? I think we'll just leave it, will we? Let's just keep this focus on keeping things nice and simple. Yes? No. I'm going to switch brushes. And I am going to take, let me show you my brushes. We have a choice here, haven't we? Look at this choice. Unbelievable. I think we'll go for this. And number 8. Any number 8 flat brush will do you just fine. Okay? So this is the number 16. This is number 8. And this is relatively new as well. So let's try this now. I do apologise, I must take a sup of tea. Lovely sup of tea. Yeah, that hit the spot, didn't it? Yeah. Okay, I'm going to dampen my brush and dry it again. So we have a damp brush now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in a light value for the highlights and a dark value for the shadows. And then I will put my brights on top of that. Okay? So 3 steps. Or we could put an extra step in there if you like. Let's make a nice middle tone for this. So I'm going to take some blue. I'm going to mix up a fair bit of this now because we have a lot of canvas to cover. Bit of blue, some white. Again, the white thickens it up lovely and makes it lovely and creamy. You see? So I tend to kind of start off with my mix with the first colour kind of watery. Then I add in the white and that thickens it up, you see. And I'm going to take a touch of black. Also, but having said that, I do want to keep it more on the blue side, so it's kind of a middle kind of a grey blue. That's kind of the colour you want, and I am just going to paint some of the highlights with that. I'm going to go along here now and I'm going to leave some of the darks. In fact, you know what, we don't need to leave the darks, you can paint everything with this. So fill that in there. We could maybe add a touch more blue and a touch of that pink. Just a touch. Yes? Let's try this. So I'm just going to go along now and paint this in all over the mountain. Very, very loosely. We have some up there. So you see, what I'll do then is, and I'm kind of planning ahead with this now, I'm kind of thinking 1 or 2 steps ahead. So what I'm thinking is, I put this colour on, I then maybe leave it for a few minutes to kind of sort of take to the canvas, get a bite on the canvas, almost kind of soak in slightly. And then, when I'll come to put my highlights on it then later, you see. And everything will kind of go nicely together. There we go. Let's mix up a bit more of this. Some blue, some black, touch of pink, some white, and a very tiny, tiny drop of turpentine just on the corner of the brush there. And it doesn't matter, even if it's not exactly the same. Again, it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be. In fact, when I'm painting pictures like this, I try not to copy the colours exactly. I just kind of get a sense of the colour that's in the picture, if that makes sense. Pardon the pun, but you know what I mean. I don't try to kind of get an exact copy of the colours, because for me it's just too much work, and it's just not fun if you're worrying about trying to copy every single colour exactly as it is on the photograph. You know, it's, come on, what's the fun in that? Let's be honest. There we go, a little bit more grey on this one. It's absolutely fine. Now, I'm only going far as there. Okay, I will make a nice mist along the bottom of this in a minute. I'm just going to concentrate on the darks now first. So I'm going to mix up a nice dark for this. And I'm going to use cobalt blue. And I said in the beginning I might use a little phthalo blue, but I don't think we need it. I think I'll get away without it this time. A little bit of black, a little bit of that crimson, but mostly blue. And nice thick paint here now. I'm making a very small mix, you see. That's all I need. And I'm going to start putting some darks in. Let's start with the centre, yes? Let's come down here like that. And we have a centre, kind of a centre ridge. So I'm just going to wiggle it very gently as it comes down. And it comes off then. And I'm going to pull that down in that direction, see? With kind of a wiggle on the brush. And then you can take your soft brush, a nice soft little brush, and let's just pull that down very gently. So you can see I'm leaving some of the texture. Isn't that cool? So, some blue and some pink again, and a little touch of black. Let's get a nice dark one here now. That's pretty much the darkest one of them all, I think. Looking at it, let's put a couple. Let's suggest a couple just on these here. I'm just using the corner of the brush. I'm just kind of wiggling it along. We have a nice one, a nice kind of a bluey one over here. That's it, there we go. And soften it out into, so that's why I put on the kind of medium grey first, so I can soften these colours down into that. Does that make sense? And we have a couple. Again, I'm only using the photograph as a reference. I'm going to kind of make up my own little bit as I go along. You can do that too. And I know we have a lot of rock and stuff like that in the picture. You can, if you like, suggest some of that. Let's just take some black, some brown and a little white, and let's suggest some rock here and there as well. See, I'm only just wiggling the brush here and there, because remember, this is all going to be softened together later. And I just want to keep this a nice, kind of a nice simple scene. And we have a little bit of rock kind of coming in here and there. A little bit on that edge up there. So you can see now I'm just having a bit of fun. That's it, just a bit of fun. Now back to our blues. And we have a lovely blue off here in the distance. Now I just wipe my brush on the tissue just to get that dirty colour off. And I'm going back into a nice bit of blue. And again, this really is only kind of a quick going over with the shadows. I'll probably come back to these again later and, you know, brighten them as I need to. Let's make that a bit more blue, because there's a nice blue up there in that colour. So I hope this is showing up nicely now on the camera. New camera, new 1080p. We're doing 1080p this time. So let's hope it works out a little better. We have a lot of shadow down in there. That little ridge. And we have a little hill up here. There's no shadow on this one, but I'm going to put just a hint of it there anyway, because I want to. And nobody can stop me. See? Right. I'm thinking more blue. Now I'm going to start putting some real blue colours into these. Just cobalt blue on its own. And we've a lot of shadowy blue down here, don't we? Kind of coming into that. Right, I'm putting this down and I'm going to get up my soft brush and just soften just here and there at the angle of the hill. So the hill is coming this way. I'm going to soften it out that way, look. Nice and gentle. And this way, go left here for this side. And this just, because I want this nice and soft. Doesn't have to be, you know, rugged and, you know, very rough. It doesn't. I like painting things nice and soft like this. It gives a nice effect. It really does. And you'll see it now when I'm finished. There we are. Now that'll do fine for the shadows just for now. I want to go ahead and start getting in some highlights. Will we do a few highlights? Yes, let's do a few. Now I'm switching brushes again. Let me see. A nice little flat brush. There we go. This will do fine. Now I want to darken some of these just a little bit. So I'm going to, you know what now? We're going to move to a smaller brush. And I want to darken them just very slightly. Because I want them nice and dark, I really, really do. Take some blue and some red. Okay, dry brush. And let's take a little black as well. Now that black is very overpowering, isn't it? So let's go back into that blue. I want a nice rich, a really rich kind of a dark for some parts of the shadows in here. Now I will go over these again later with the with some of the highlights, but I just really want some nice strong darks here and there. And because they are a little subtle, they're a little on the subtle side, so I do want to just, you see, just hit them just here and there with a little dark. A little bit along there, and then just a little just around here and there. Alright? So I'm going to, now I don't want to make this this video too long, because I'm conscious of the fact that I'm recording in 1080p, so it's going to take up a heck of a lot more room on the memory. So I'm not going to spend too long at this just for this one. Okay, I hope you don't mind. I just wanted, this is more of kind of a trial with the camera to see how it looks on video when I upload it. So I am just being careful with the amount of time that I'm using on the camera, because as I say, you know, I don't want to be trying to upload a file which is far too big, and which might lose quality again. So I am just going to keep this one nice and simple, and as I said, nice and cheerful, nice, easy to do kind of a landscape. So I'm cleaning my small brush. Okay, dip it in and dry it well on your tissue. And I have a bit of tissue here. Let's give that a good dry. So it's not completely dry, but it's a little damp. And I want to get in some of the snow. Now you could use a knife for this. You know, sometimes I would use a knife, but I prefer to try it with the brush first. Now I'm going to try it with some middle kind of highlights. I'm not going for very bright highlights, just a middle kind of a high. So a little cobalt blue, plenty of white. So it's a bluey white. So I want to try it with this first. So I'm not going too bright too early on. Does that make sense? And let's come along here. And in fact, you know what? I'm not even looking at the picture too much. I'm just kind of going with this now, going with the flow, as they say. I'm just kind of giving it a little flick here and there. Just a small flick. So you can see, little flick and a little wiggle. And already you can see it starting to come to life, can't you? So some more cobalt blue, some white, and let's go here. I'll bring this one right out there then, and soften it down. Now I'm cleaning my brush each time to keep the dirty colour off of this. I want to keep these colours nice and bright and fresh, but also I'm working wet into wet. And let's just hit those little ones there, just here and there, and let's go along the top of that. We have a nice little light that kind of comes around here like that. Clean the brush again, pick up some more light colour, and it's just fantastic working like this. These wet into wet kind of brush strokes, they really look very nice. And I've been very loose with this, as you can see. I'm just kind of putting a couple of wiggles and squiggles in here and there with the brush, but I'm keeping it at the angle of the hill coming down. That's probably the most important part. Now I'm going to use my soft brush again and very gently soften those in at the angle of the hill. See? Very gently. I don't want to disturb the brush strokes too much, but at the same time I do want to keep this nice and kind of subtle and soft. There, now look at that. Isn't that lovely? At this point now, I am going to take another brush, another clean brush, a simple flat brush, and I'm going to create some lovely mist down here. And all I'm going to do for that is with a dry brush, very simply. Now I hope you're following this along. Nice and simple, dry brush, take some white, and let's, I'm thinking about colours here now. Let's just try white, okay? Bit of white on the brush, and circles, round and round and round and round. Dry it when it gets dirty, and go back into your white again. And just go around in circles with that all the way along. So you see what's happening now is I'm picking up some of the blues and it's mixing with the white and it's creating a lovely foggy, misty kind of a colour. And as I'm going up into the mountain, I'm using the very tip of the brush and I'm being very gentle as to not to disturb the paint too much. You see that? Isn't that lovely? And talk nice and softly to it and it will work for you, I promise. Okay, now dry my brush again, pick up some more white, and let's try it again here.
So I'm going left and I'm going right, just wiggling the brush around and then softening it up into the mountains so it almost disappears. And then we have a lovely misty setting off in the distance, and then you can very gently sort of soften that along with your brush, just very gently, and if you want we could even take, let's take a touch of pink with a tiny touch of Naples yellow, and we'll create a nice warm tone down there as well. Take a little bit of pink and just bring a bit of colour into it, so why not? Isn't that just stunning? And thank you very much, Kirby, for this suggestion. It was absolutely fantastic. I'm really enjoying painting this. Now I'm taking a small brush again, it'll be good clean on our tissue, and we'll put some nice bright highlights in here, and a really bright sunlight colour. If we're looking to get a really sunlit kind of a colour, very easy. Some Naples yellow, some of this pink colour, or cadmium red, whichever you have. It's a bit too much, I think, so just get some of that off of the tissue. And plenty of white. Now watch what this does. This is just going to bring the entire painting to life. Now watch this. 3, 2, 1, go. Look at that. So you have that lovely sunlit colour coming from the sky hitting that snow. So very simple, Naples yellow, a little bit of pink and a little bit of white. And let's hit a little just along here and there. Okay. Clean it again. Let me get some clean tissue here because, no, there we go. Always handy to have some tissue in your hand, isn't it? Let's try again, up here, nice bit of hill catching the sun up in the sky. Isn't that just beautiful? And this is a real pleasure now to paint like this. This one in the back here, and we'll have a little bit there. And I've been very thin with these mixtures as well, believe it or not. I'm only using little bits of paint, just tiny bits of paint. Oh, let's go for that colour again. And put a little bit up here. And isn't that just gorgeous? And again, I'm going to soften these ever so gently in. Just ever so gently. Very, very, very carefully. And then I'm going to switch to a small brush. This is the last stage. Small pointy brush. Let's just take some crisp white, lovely crisp white paint. Get a nice point on your brush, and here and there, just add a little bit of detail to this. And this is a lovely painting for practicing hills, practicing getting the direction of the mountains. Lovely practice for that type of thing. And cut into that just a little there, just to sort of change it up a little bit. And put a bit across the top of that. It's more just of a little wiggle than anything else really, I'll be honest. I hope you're following me along and you're getting some lovely tips. And again, thank you so much for following me on YouTube. It's a real joy and a pleasure to paint for everyone out there. It really, really is. And your support makes it all the worthwhile, doesn't it? Okay, that's it. We leave it at that. See, Easy, job done. Okay, next we have some trees, don't we? I want to get some nice trees in. And, okay, there's a few different ways we can do the trees. I think I'll just stick with this brush for now. Or do you know what, we could use a bigger brush. Yeah, let's use this brush. Let's give that brush a little clean. And get that blue off, and I'm going to make a nice dark green for this. And I'm going to put trees in by dabbing like this. Alright? So let's take blue, little black, and some cadmium yellow. And we have a nice dark green, don't we? And let's just check that now. Okay, that's not bad. What I might do is I might switch to phaylo blue, because this phaylo blue has a little green tint in it, and it's a lovely kind of it's almost like an ocean kind of blue, so lovely when mixed with yellow. So there we go now, and let's take a touch of black as well. And with the brush just pointing upwards. Now I do have a little bit of a point on that, you see that? There's a bit of a chiseled edge on it, so if you don't have that, just use any brush which has a bit of a point. Dab, 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 dab. I'm going to warm it slightly. There we go. Let's try a bit of brown, shall we? Let's go for a bit of brown in there. Some brown and a touch of red, and let's go for a touch of yellow too. So I'm mixing lots of different colours together, and of course it's picking up some of the white also on the canvas, so that's helping as well. And come right down here, paint that all the way down, and let's take some blue and some yellow and create a nice cool green off in the distance. There, look at that. More white for the distant ones, way off there. And it's just an impression I'm going for now. Just remember, this is all just an impression. I'm not looking to recreate the trees exactly as they are. Now, let's just fill this in all the way along here. Get some nice dark green for this now. Black and yellow, right away, look at that. Pull that right along. And my famous stubby brush is fantastic for this kind of work. There we are. Okay. The next thing I want to do is put a little touch of snow on these trees. Alright. And we could use this, or we could use another brush. Yeah, let's try a different brush. A little brush which is splayed. You see the way that's splayed out there now? Nice and rough. Let's try that. Dry brush, pick up some white, and let's just go for it. And the sun's coming from the left, so it's going to be on the left hand side of those trees. Okay. There we are, look at that. A very, very loose suggestion. That's all I'm going for. Very, very light, very quick. Just no messing around. How's that looking? Are we getting there? Now, should I move the camera down very slightly? Just so you can see the end. There we are. So you can see the end of the painting. And let's go over here. very subtle, as you can see. And then I'm just going to soften those very gently down into all that green underneath, just by dabbing here and dabbing there. And now, next job, fan brush. Take your fan brush, there we go, a lovely fan brush, and dampen it very slightly. And let's take some yellow, let's try some yellow and a touch of that whitey colour there. Okay? And let's just create some land. Dab, 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 dab. Very gently, see? It's just to create an impression of the kind of, you know, the rough land off there in the distance. Very, very, very quick. I suppose the whole focus really is on the hills, and that's what I want to focus on. I want to keep everything else nice and simple, you see. And it's just a quick tutorial as well, just to try the camera to see what kind of result I'm getting from it. So I do hope it has worked some bit. Now let's put some little grasses in here and there. And couple, let's take some pink and a touch of colour to that. So there. Now I'm going to just brighten some of those here a little, just a little. Because they're a little strong still. But look, I'm not going to take too much notice of them. Again, keep it simple, that's all I'm trying to do. There we go. And then we must put a couple of birds. Let's try a couple of nice birds over here on the left. Flying across the sky. Look at that. So how's that, everyone? Let me turn the camera. Let me zoom in here now. So there. Isn't that nice? A nice simple scene with some hills off in the distance. And you see how easy it was now to keep that nice and simple. So there we go. Let me just turn the camera here. Very handy having the screen next to me so I can see what's happening. So yeah, that's it. Let me just push that back just a little. There we go. That's better. So I hope you enjoyed that. It was a pleasure. I got some great kind of a good feeling from doing that painting there now. Thank you very much for the suggestion, Kirby, and thank you for your support. Okay, I'll keep this nice and short and simple and sweet. Subscribe, and if you would like to support me, Patreon or PayPal. Thank you very, very much. And again, stephenconway12@gmail.com. If you want to send me on your paintings for advice or for suggestion or whatever, just send everything you have on to me. I'd love to see how you're getting on. And I'll be back now very soon with a proper tutorial again, a really nice long tutorial, maybe a 2-part or something. And also on Patreon, for all the patrons, I'll be back as well very, very soon with a nice one for you people as well, for your support. So thank you very, very much, everyone, and God bless, and have fun painting.